All right, we are here with Tyler Andrews. Tyler, what are we doing here?
So we are here at Aconcagua Base Camp, and we are climatizing, training, and reconning the route to try and set the world record for the ascent and descent of Aconcagua, the tallest mountain in the Americas.
And Aconcagua is a little hidden by clouds, but it's right over there.
Over there.
So Tyler, how did you come up with this crazy goal to set this speed record?
I think for me it was a very natural progression from everything that I've done leading up to this. I've done a lot of running, long distance running, more recently trail running, and even more recently mountain running. And I think that as things have gotten longer and they've gotten higher, I've both had more fun and gotten better at them. So I think it's kind of just like my natural progression has driven me in this direction. So I would say the biggest stepping stone was Ojos del Salado, which is the second tallest mountain in the Americas. We did FKT on that last year. And that was really a proof of concept for what we're trying to do here. It's kind of like a mini Aconcagua.
Cool. And would you say this is the most challenging endeavor you've ever undertaken?
It's a really interesting question. Is it the most challenging endeavor I've ever taken? It's funny. I think every big, scary goal that I set for myself is challenging in its own way. So I think this goal at this time for myself is just as scary as anything else I've ever done, just as intimidating to me. I don't think it's more or less so than others, but it's definitely like the biggest, most public, most competitive thing. So I think like looking at it from the outside, I think it probably is the most intimidating goal. But I think for me, again, it just kind of feels like the natural progression of one thing to the next.
Cool. And so obviously we're here at base camp now. So where is the base camp? And how long are you going to be training in the park before your FKT attempt?
So we've been here for I think 3 days now. We are here at 4,370 meters at Plaza de Mulas, which is the main base camp. It's kind of where everyone sets up, and we've actually got a nice little secluded section. It's like crazy how built up it is.
Yeah.
Like right on the other side of this hill, there's like 5,000 tents and domes and like all this crazy stuff, but we kind of are out of the hubbub, which is real nice. And yeah, we've got 20 days in the park in total on our permit. I think we've got about 15 days total planned. So fingers crossed we get a good weather window in there. Right now, things have looked kind of similar to this, a little cloudy, snowy in the afternoon for the last few days. But we're going to try for a just easy summit bid tomorrow. And then hopefully next week, the week of the, I think it's the week of the 18th, we'll be going for the record.
Sweet. And what crew do you have with you as you take on this tremendous attempt?
I've got my professional videographer,
semi-professional
athlete. No, my good friend Scott Fenfield is here with me. He was on Ojos with me back last year and on some of my FKTs in Ecuador as well. So he's we go way back and have known each other for a long time, and he knows me really well as like a person and an athlete, and it's great to have some company after a few weeks solitary in the mountains. Now, yeah, we're a two-man team just going after it light and quick.
That's right. And on your FKT day, are you gonna have to plan clothing / gear for different weather conditions?
Yeah, definitely. Right now, the big question mark is wind. There's a lot of wind coming next week, so that would mean warmer gear, more wind layers, just more layers in general. I can do even just like a little tour video of kind of my UltrAspire gear, but in general, I'll use the Bryce XT pack as kind of my go-to big mountain pack, mostly because I can tuck my huge big down jacket into that, as well as carry a couple bottles, all the fuel I need. So really that's just like the pack that is the lightest that I can still fit a lot of layers in, because that's what's important on a mountain like this. It can be really hot actually in the like late morning, or it can be like absolutely freezing cold if it's windy and cloudy. So being prepared for all that is really, really important, and having the right gear is critical for sure.
All right, and then finally, how do you see yourself fitting into the FKT community? Do you see yourself as a pioneer for this community, and how runners participate in the sport at all?
I think it'd be pretty pretentious to call myself a pioneer. I see guys like Karl Egloff as pioneers in this space in terms of kind of combining trail running and big mountaineering. And those guys really inspire me. And, you know, if I can serve to inspire other people kind of in the next generation or even in my generation to come out here and do cool stuff like this, I think that's great. I mean, I love racing. I love going to a traditional marathon or a trail race or whatever it is and racing head to head against other people. But there's also something really special about the idea of going after an FKT after a record where it's just you and the mountain, and you know, it's really you against yourself and working with the mountain and the conditions and everything. So yeah, I love both racing and FKTs, and I hope that, you know, I can inspire people the same way that I've been inspired by many of my heroes in the sport.
Sweet. Any last parting words here?
We're gonna send it.
All right, there we go.